Joe.
Thanks. Could you provide any updates on the Georgia submarine? Is it still in transit?
The Georgia is still in transit. She's in the Eastern Mediterranean. And when she chops into the Central Command area of responsibility, it'll be pretty noticeable. But, we can let you know.
And then can I ask on the force posture, the increased force posture in the region, it was presumably done in the aftermath of the Iranian threats and the threats from Hezbollah and others to retaliate against Israel. It's been a couple weeks, I think, I don't know, 2 or 3 now. We haven't seen that retaliation. Is it an open-ended deployment of this increased force posture, or until an attack happens, or how is the Pentagon assessing how long these troops and these assets will be there? Because some of these were taken out of the Indo-Pacific, which the department has said is the #1 threat to U.S. national security.
So in terms of a timeline, I don't have anything to broadcast in terms of how long the TR will stay in theater and how long the ABE will stay in theater. But in terms of your question on, timing of a potential response from Iran, we've moved capabilities into the region that I think it's fair to say have gotten into the headspace of Iran, and will influence their calculation on how and if they choose to respond. We don't want to see that happen, but we have 2 carrier strike groups there, each, with 4 destroyers. That sends a very powerful message of deterrence. And it also sends a message that, we will stand with Israel should we need to come to their defense. But I can't, I don't have a crystal ball to be able to forecast how long they're going to stay there. Only that I can tell you is that we are well postured should we need to come to the defense of Israel.
Just one last one. From what I tried to look up, the Secretary of Defense hasn't had a single call with his Lebanese counterpart. I know the Joint Chiefs have spoken to the Lebanese Army Chief, but throughout this since I guess post-October 7th, and that's a key scene of what's going on in the region. Is there a reason? Is that a reflection of what the department thinks of the current government?
No, I don't think so. I don't have any calls to announce or read out. I think it's important to remember that the Secretary has calls with his variety of counterparts in the region, and it's not just from the Secretary, it's the interagency that engage their counterparts and at all different levels of government. Just because he hasn't doesn't mean that there aren't ongoing conversations at different levels of government. And as you know, whether it be Israel or Egypt or Qatar or any other country, the Secretary has engaged over time, and recently, well, I guess it seems recently, but was in CENTCOM, a few months ago, and just leave it at that. Great, I'm gonna go Lucas, and then I'll go to the phones.